here with Graham Wright of Tokyo Police Club. Is how most people would know you. How can you tell us about the start of Tokyo Police Club? How you guys met and decided to form a band?
Yeah, I mean, it's the old story. We were friends. We were friends for ages. We've known each other since we were like 10.
Yeah.
And and then just eventually we got interested.
Curly hair at all.
Oh, well, it's
wavy.
Yeah.
Okay, wavy.
That's what my mom says.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were just buddies, and then we all got into music, and we sort of doing those high school things where sort of everyone felt like dominoes. Whereas me and my friend Will started playing music together, then Josh joined us, then Dave joined us, then Greg joined us. Then that band broke up. But then the four of us were like, new band.
Tokyo Police Club's been together for how long now?
I think it's 6 or 7 years.
All right.
7 years technically since we first started jamming.
Right. And how old are you? Like 23, 24?
24.
Wow, that's
Yes.
cool. So it's going well. 6 or 7 strong years.
Feels good so far. Well, 5 strong years. And 2 years where we were at the end of high school, so they don't count.
So you knew Dave when you were younger? Would you say
Dave,
you guys
Josh, and I were all in the same class from grade 4 through forever.
Wow.
Through now, basically.
Yeah. So were you neighborhood friends? Did you hang out?
Dave and I were, it's the same kind of thing where when you are friends for 8 years of school, well, you are young, and there's sometimes you're friends and sometimes you're not friends.
Right. It's
and
just
it ebbs
they're
and
kind of like
flows.
your family.
But Dave always lived really close to me. So there's a lot of, and I think by high school we were just friends all the time, and then Josh as well lived. Dave and I lived a 5-minute walk from each other. Josh lived 10 minutes away, so it would be one of those summer things where we just totally stroll around.
That's cool.
Garages and everything.
So you guys are like the core, the 3 main.
Greg's always been there too, though.
Oh, okay.
Totally. He, technically, because we were the 5-piece band that broke up.
Right.
And then those 3 guys, without me, were jamming on their own, doing their own thing, and they just needed someone else.
Right.
And they just asked me by default.
That's cool.
So I'm really the outsider.
What is it like to break up with a band? What do you have to decide to be like, this isn't working anymore?
Well, it was really, I think it would be really different if Tokyo decided to break up. This was the kind of thing where it was just obvious. It was like, it wasn't even a breakup so much as it had finished.
Right.
It was over. It was like a finale.
Right.
I just remember, like I said, we'd added one member all the time, and that had changed different things, and then everyone had different interests, and we were getting older, and there was girlfriends, and different people were doing different things. And I remember me and Will were the singers in this band.
Okay.
And Will is now in a band called Will Curry and the Country French from Toronto, who are also excellent.
Okay.
And he would go away every summer to his family's cottage, and he would work, and da-da-da-da. And then we would always have, our first practice when he got back. And he got back, and we got together, we set up all our gear, we played through all our songs, and we kind of looked at each other and just said,
yeah.
So that's it then? We're good? What are we doing here? Let's go have dinner. And we went and had dinner, and we never got back together.
So you're still pretty young, and I'm 20, and I guess if you're 24, I guess we live a pretty different lifestyle. Do you feel?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel accomplished? Do you feel like you're in a good place where you want to be right now?
I feel like I'm in a good place. I feel like I've accomplished some things. I don't feel like I've accomplished as much as I would like to accomplish.
Right.
I don't know that I'll ever feel that way. It's funny though.
Oh yeah.
People will say, "Man, you've accomplished so much for your age." I'm like, really? I feel really unsatisfied.
Yeah.
I really feel so. I think it's just I set really lofty goals for myself.
What do you think about your success with the band? And I would say you're famous if you ever think about it that way. I don't know.
I don't know what the strict definition is. I guess more people know me than know most people,
yeah.
I guess, but I don't feel famous.
Right. To be honest, I'll say I was bragging a little bit. I was like, hey, I'm going to meet the keyboardist from Tokyo Police Club and all that, but I don't know. How do you feel about that? Does it really make an impact on you?
I guess I get it in the sense that when I was younger, I was totally psyched to, I remember I went to see the Decemberists in Detroit because the show in Toronto was not all ages, and the show in Detroit was. So we drove there, and this was early days.
Right.
They played in a venue, 140 people kind of thing. And we saw we were in line, and I saw them leaving their van to go get dinner, and I was so, at the time I was so blown away. And now I understand where that comes from. But now being on the other side of it, I'm not feel special.
Yeah,
I don't feel
still your life.
I don't feel any different than if I hadn't done music and if I just had become whatever random thing I'd ended up becoming, and people were like, "Oh my God, it's Graham, the beat reporter, or it's Graham, the English teacher, or whatever."
Okay.
I don't feel any more impressive.
Do you think there's something else maybe that you would have done had you chosen not to pursue music?
I don't know. It never. I had no idea. The only thing I ever wanted to do was music.
Good.
And I, from really early age, and all through high school, when we were in our first high school band, I was very cocksure that I was just going to do it. I was, none of us, I don't think any of us really considered the possibility that we would fail.
Yeah.
And then that band ended, and so I guess there was like a year where I was applying to universities, and I was going to university, but I had no plans. I was just
seeing what
I was just doing that.
Right.
I guess I'm going to apply to university because that's what you do, and
Yeah,
I'll figure it out during that time, which I think is what a lot of people go through life doing.
Yeah.
But then this started up, and yeah, I mean, it always, to me, was what I was going to do. I have no idea. I'm not qualified for anything else. I don't like much else.
I mean, I suppose you've got free time. You're doing your own stuff now, which is cool. And I'll get to that in a minute. But what other instruments do you play?
I play a lot of instruments not well. I don't play any instrument well. I mean, obviously I play keyboards, I play guitar.
Right.
I played saxophone all through school. That's sort of my first instrument, which I just picked up again, and I use a bit on my record.
Yep.
And I used to be really good at saxophone.
Really?
I was better when I was good at saxophone. I was better at that than I am in any other instrument. But now, now I'm just competent. I didn't play it for 5 years. I can play a shitty drum beat.
Okay.
And I can keep time, and that's for most of them, I guess. I mean, I can't play any other.
Would you say that music is like a translatable skill for you? It's just something that you know how to do, and you can pick it up on a lot of different instruments?
To a degree. I have a really good ear, but I have really bad work ethic. Because
Okay.
it was always easy for me. My parents are musical.
Like
I've always been
musician,
musical, so I could just go to a piano and I didn't have to learn that much before. I could just be playing. I could write songs on it, which is all I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
Whereas someone like Dave, the singer in Tokyo, was never naturally musical, so he had to work a lot harder to even get into the zone where he could sort of hear tones and hear pitch and everything. But consequently, he got used to working in music, so now he's way better at most instruments than I am. He's way more musical than I am.
So it doesn't necessarily, in your experience, have to be something that you're born with? Because I think that's how most people perceive it.
That's how I've always perceived it, and I don't know. I think Dave maybe is the exception to the rule more than anything, because he really. Maybe I'm embarrassing him here, but he really, when we were in early high school, he couldn't. If you sang a note to him, he couldn't sing it back to you, kind of thing. And now he's telling me that I'm out of tune, and he's right, and I don't even know, Nice. So he just worked really, really hard, and I think maybe some people are just tone deaf. I think there's some people that would never be able to do anything,
right?
And some people have the capacity to work at it at least. Depends. I mean, I grew up surrounded by music, and my parents are musical, so it was just easy for me to always have it. I take it for granted, I guess.
Yeah.